All right, everybody, welcome to Who's Number One, the show, episode number 11. Sorry about the delay. I had a little technical difficulties here. With me, as always, Chase Smith, the muskrat with no mustache over here. In the back, Ryan Smith, queuing up clips. Our producer, Caleb, in the back, been dealing with all the stress with us here. Coming to live from the mean streets of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, Ricardo Amendolia, the People's Commentator, and from California, founder of Shoyoroll, one of the biggest brands in the game, Bear Kituga. All right, guys, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
Who's got the muscle car in the background there?
Yeah.
That's great. It's great to be back, man. It's the 11th episode, 1 week out from Europeans, and crazy time out there in the jiu-jitsu world. Very happy to have Bear on the show. Bear, how's it going, man? Welcome to the podcast.
What's up, guys? What's up, man? Sorry, my audio is a little in and out, but I'm excited to go through the European brackets and talk about who's supposed to win and who hopes to win.
Bear, first off, we have this event coming up. We've all talked about it a lot with like Marigali versus Victor and Keenan versus Roberto. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts a little bit on those matches, how you think those will play out.
Who we talking? Let's be honest. Let's all be honest with each other. What are we talking about? Which match? Ricardo, tell me how you really feel. Don't lie.
Ricardo, no lying today. No lying allowed.
I never lie.
Don't be Canadian just for today. You can pick a side. Are you Autos? Are you Checkmat? Are you Gracie Baja? You can't be everybody's friend.
Bear's coming back every week.
I am Team Novo for life. No. Man, which match we talking about, Bear?
Marigali, Victor Hugo.
In the gi.
In the gi, yeah.
Marigali. I think Marigali has the edge. No gi. Victor Hugo. But I don't know. I think I'm leaning a little bit towards Marigali on that one.
Bear, what do you think about that matchup? Marigali versus Victor Hugo.
It's in the gi or no gi?
It's in the gi, yeah. Marigali doesn't do no gi. This is a gi fight, but I mean, this is an intriguing one. You got Victor,
That's
brown
true.
belt, double gold world champ last year. He's a big dude. He's got a size advantage on Nicholas. He's beat a lot of good people over the years. He's coming off a big win, no gi over Cyborg. But I mean, Nicholas is Nicholas. But I think it's a pretty intriguing matchup.
Bro, come on, stop, Mike, stop. You're talking about Marigali, dude. Like,
yeah.
You know, you could be triple gold, anything. You know, but at black belt, you got to be proven.
Yep.
And fuck, sorry if I cussed him.
No, cussing's all good, dude.
Proven, man. Like,
yeah.
He's beat everybody at the highest level. So you got to go with Marigali for him versus Hugo. You know, we can all hope and dream that Hugo's going to win. But, like, if we were to play the odds, Margali's a favorite, man. He's a favorite. I'm not taking anything away from Hugo, but, like, the kid's a beast. And he's been a beast since he's probably jumped on the mat and won double gold and everything since he's, like, yellow belt or something. I don't even know when he started jiu-jitsu. But, like, the reality is when Marigali gets that cross-collar grip, and starts lacing you up in that Delieva, gets that deep hook, it's gonna be a tough time unless you're Buchecha, the absolute king. Sorry for the bias. Sorry.
Yeah, but Marigali with that left-handed cross-collar grip, yeah, he's a big problem. Then you got Keenan versus Roberto, sort of another matchup. You got a young guy against Keenan's much more established than him, but I mean, Roberto's beat a lot of people he wasn't supposed to beat before in his career. Obviously, Keenan's the big favorite there. But all right, let's get through to the Euro stuff. First off, we got who's number one in the event. We're just talking about FloGrappling, TIX.com. If you want to go on Costa Mesa, of course, it'll be streamed on here. Bunch of good fight to wins coming up. 135, Victor Hugo, Nogi versus Nicky Rod. 136 is sort of crazy. Gabby Pisani versus Gabby Garcia in Los Angeles. That's on the 24th and the 18th, I believe. Jiskin coming. Kasai, February 1st. We'll get into that more later. Kids Pan's coming. Rankings-wise, we got team rankings dropped today. Tomorrow we got different rankings that are sort of grappling rankings with gi and no gi combined. But let's get on to Euros. I'm going to kick it around real quick. Chase, what do you think the big story is at Euros?
Man, well, I have to say my hopes and dreams were crushed a little bit when Mikey switched divisions. I was really hoping to see the rematch with Bruno Malfacini and Mikey there at lightweight. But as we mentioned a couple podcasts ago, Mikey is making light feather great again by breaking up potentially the Cicero Costa monopoly there, as they have 4 really, really elite guys, plus Mikey and a bunch of...
Hold on a sec. When is the last day that they can change divisions?
Oh, it's over. He's stuck at light feather. There's no going back now.
It was locked
Are
in,
you
I think,
sure
on the
Kyle
14th.
Terra's not Are you sure Kyle Terra's not making phone calls right now, trying to keep back to play games? Come on, son. You know that's happening.
Yeah. Well, we know how Kyle Terra does it with the manipulating the seeding and everything, with knowing what the seeds are. This is what I think happened there. Mikey, by moving up, made it so Bruno's going to fight Taliesin in the quarterfinals, most likely. I think Mikey moved up to make those 2 guys fight each other, make his 2 competition, and I think we'll see him maybe drop back down later on.
I like
Smart.
that.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Bear, what do you make of the situation here with at Roosterweight and light feather?
Didn't some of you guys pick Taliesin to win Roosterweight? You have to say yes now or forever hold your peace.
I mean, in my article I put out the other day, I picked Bruno to win it, but I mean, I didn't think Levi was going to beat Lepre last year. You never know with these young guys. Keenan came in and smoked everybody last year as a first-year black belt, but I think Taliesin matches up better maybe with Bruno than he would with Mikey, because I feel like Mikey is like a better version of Taliesin, sort of. At least with Bruno, he's going to go against a different type of style that he could try to work as. I think Bruno will come on top. Bruno will take the advantage and come on top. And but yeah, what do you think about that division? What do you think about that whole situation, Bear?
No, man, Bruno is gonna be. You kidding me? Bruno's gonna kill. Like, dude,
he's gonna
come
kill.
on. Like, how can we even have this discussion? Like, really? Like, honestly. Like, he lost to Mikey's in the finals at Worlds.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's
you
pissed
can swear.
off.
It's all good.
Let him rip.
He's
Let
gonna
him rip
kill at Europeans. He's gonna make a point. I wouldn't like. Trust me. I think Taliesin's the next biggest thing in Roosterweight. After Mikey retires from Roosterweight, or after Bruno and Kyle don't fight at Worlds. If you're fighting Bruno, you're fighting Kyle or Mikey. I'm sorry, but like. Those are the 3 that are automatic going to win the Rooster if they're fighting in the Rooster. And until you can prove better, I think Bruno's going to murder everybody. Like, murder, like bad.
Man, well, that is an interesting take, and I have to agree with you, because Bruno told me in an interview that just went out today, he's going for the Grand Slam. Bruno is not focusing on MMA anymore. He's doing only jiu-jitsu this year, and he's chasing all the major titles. So he's coming for it. He's going hard.
So you calling Bruno to murder Taliesin as well?
That is not what I said.
You just said I have to agree with you.
I agree with the message, maybe not the wording.
I said Bruno's going to murder everybody in there.
I think Bruno takes it. It's a safe call, but I think it's a match everyone's dying to see.
I would not want to fight Roosterweight Bruno right now, to be honest.
Bruno's coming
Unless
back
I'm Mikey,
fired up.
because Mikey's the truth. That kid will kill everybody.
Bruno's coming back fired up after how things ended last year. He didn't want to go out on that note with Worlds, losing in the semis and then getting all the people talking bad about him afterwards for the handshake thing. I think we're going to see a really motivated Bruno this year. I think he's got to be the heavy favorite. But like I said, I mean, last year, look at Levi wins Euros, wins Pans. Keenan and Mateus Gabriel win Worlds. And then you can't count out these first-year guys. And Taliesin, out of anybody, he has that pedigree out of anybody coming out of the color belts. But we'll see. I mean, Bruno Malfacini's a 10-time world champion. It's crazy. But, Bear, Mikey's your guy. Mikey's one of your Shoyoroll guys. But you've known him a long time. What do you think was the whole situation with him going down to Rooster, back to light feather? What do you think's going on there? You think it's a weight cut thing? You think he just...
Mind games.
Think it's mind games, Ricardo?
Mental warfare.
Yeah.
Mental warfare. He's planting seeds for the rest of the year.
Well, okay, Ricardo, I'll kick it to you now. Chase said Roosterweight. What do you think of the story?
I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to even think. It's hard to even think like literally like Mikey. Like, we can all try and think we can think like Mikey. But the kid's special, man. Like, you see these divisional talents once every 10 years. And like, so I would like to say I would know why he's going to Rooster. Or I know why he's going to light feather. I think literally he just wants to smash everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Whoever's in Rooster, whoever's in light feather, whether it be, you know, Kyle not competing or Bruno or his coach, like the kid's just special, man. I think he'll fight Bruno when he needs to fight Bruno, but I just think he's like, as much as I love Talison's game and style, I just don't think he's like, he has good potential, but I don't think he's at the level where Mikey's at, coming up, passing, being like as dynamic as Mikey. Mikey can pass. Mikey can do that crazy bolo upside down. Like, I just don't think like I think like going back to Ricardo, I think he's just like figuring out, hey, does he want to like make the cuts and fight Rooster and smash, or go in between and, you know, maybe only do Rooster for Worlds, you know, and just kind of chill for now. I don't know, but I know Mikey's up. I don't know what his mind, to be honest. I just know he's special and he's gonna kill everybody.
I'd sort of like to see him. I'd like to see him go light feather, I think, for Worlds, because hopefully Paulo will be back by then. That's the one I want to see. We know he's beat everybody else from Cicero. He's like 11-0 against all the other Cicero guys, but we haven't seen him against Paulo. That's the one that I think everybody wants to see. Another Bruno one would be great, of course. But, I mean, he doesn't have an easy route up there at light feather either. I mean, there's some tough guys. There's still some – I mean, no Miao signed up this time, unfortunately. Obviously, Paulo's hurt. Joao didn't sign up. But, I mean, Iago George is no joke. Pato is somebody who's no joke. I mean, Pato is – he doesn't get the same amount of hype as Taliesin, but, I mean, he's probably just as good, man, if not better. So that's not an easy route up there. So, Ricardo, what storyline are you looking forward to going into Euros, Ricardo?
Just in general overall, or just those divisions that you just mentioned?
Any divisions you like? Any athletes you're looking forward to see?
I want to see what Keenan's going to look like. You know, I want to see you know, with the new team and how he's been training. I think what bag of tricks he's going to pull out for this tournament. Every year, like last year, Keenan was the big name as well as Lepri. But I feel like this could be the big year for Keenan, like his big, I don't want to say comeback, but kind of like a coming out party, you know, as a new team, new gym. Be interesting to see. I want techniques he's going to pull out there, you know. That's a big me. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. You know, I think that's one of the big stories for sure.
Keenan, Kai, James, Cornelius. What are you thinking about? I mean, he did the absolute, basically. I mean, he closed out with Hulk here a couple years ago.
If I chime in for like 1 second?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it safe to say that if Mikey wants to fight Rooster, Feather, light feather, and feather, he would win all those divisions?
Feather, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, Feather, there's going to be some big dudes in there, man. I mean, you would think he's going to be giving up but I mean, there's no Cobrini or a half at Feather anymore, right? It's sort of up in the air, so I wouldn't see it. All right, let's kick it around. Chase, could Mikey win featherweight?
Man, I mean, that is a tough call. I mean, Mikey would have to put on a little bit of size, I think, there.
Just drink a little milk, that's all.
Isaac Doderlein, I think, holds the only win over Mikey at Worlds in the last several years, I want to say, at Black Belt. You never know. That is a true fact, though. Mikey told that to me in the Chasing Greatness interview.
When Isaac cut the light feather that year.
Yeah.
So what's your is this a Ricardo answer, or is this
I'm saying that would be a huge challenge for Mikey.
Yeah,
there's a lot of size difference.
It's not the same as winning Rooster light feather. Ricardo, what do you think Mikey's chances are if he goes featherweight for Worlds?
Good. If anyone can do it, I think Mikey could do it.
Bear, what do you think? I mean, that's your guy. You think Mikey would win featherweight at Worlds? Is he going to fight 3 weights this year? Is that what he's going to do?
Dude, wait, stop. Wait, stop. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting I don't know who signed up for feathers, so I can't. I'm only going off of the European list that I'm looking at right now.
Let's go through the Euros. Let's go through the Euros.
I believe in my guy, but I need to see who's in the division.
Hey, Ryan, can you pull up the Euros registration for featherweight? I know we got Gianni Grippo. We got Gianni Paul Grippo in there. We got Isaac, who has beat him before. I think I could see him. I think, Gianni matches up okay with Isaac and Gianni. I could see maybe Shoyoroll giving him some trouble. Shoyoroll's a pretty strong guy. He's got a good base. Mm-hmm. One of Ricardo's fellow Canadians.
Real deal.
Who else we got in there? We got Sadre, who he's beat before. We got Gabriel Souza. Those are both light feathers. I don't think Mikey would struggle with them. I would not fight. I mean, I think Mikey could win that featherweight. Yeah, I'll say it now. I think Mikey could win that featherweight division. There's no real heavy hitter in there.
Whoa! You're saying he could win all 3 divisions? That's crazy. You just said rooster, light feather, and feather. That's like 3 divisions.
Yeah,
I know they won't let him fight 3 divisions, but like we're just looking at European brackets, and
I mean, well,
we're just calling it for what it is. Of course,
nobody,
like anyone could give him a good fight, but
there's nobody that's got that pedigree of Mikey in there. Mikey's a 3-time world champion. I mean, these are all a bunch of guys. They've won stuff. They've been on the podium at places, this and that. I mean, but Mikey's on that level, dude. Mikey's, I mean, how old is he now? How old is this guy? He's like, what, 23 or something?
Mikey,
23 or 24.
I don't know. Mikey looks like he's like 18.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like somewhere around there. He's definitely not 18. He looks like he's 18, but
he's already a 3-timer. This is a guy that's, I mean, for sure going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he could get to that. He could get 10 titles like Bruno if he keeps doing it, if he doesn't get bored of winning all the time. But, I mean, yeah, I could see him winning that featherweight division. All right, you guys want to move on to Keenan? I think that's another big story people are talking about here.
Let's move on. Next.
Keenan James Cornelius. I was just with him this week. He's really excited to compete. He says he's got a whole bunch of new lapel stuff he's coming out. Something that's sort of interesting. He's working a lot of stand-up stuff, a lot of judo, a lot of wrestling, and he's talking about this lapel wrestling he's going to do. He tore it up out here at Euros a couple years ago. He tapped everybody. But his division's no joke this year. Who do we got at heavyweight? We got 2 guys from Checkmat. We got Adam Wardzinski and we got Jackson.
We got Don Bell. Don Bell's in there.
We got his friend Don Bell, which is interesting.
Jackson Souza, I think you just mentioned him.
Did Demetrius Souza pull out of there?
He's
still in there. Still in there
somewhere. Yeah, he's at the top there. Alliance. Fabio
Demetrius Souza is really underrated. I mean, this is going to be 4.
Felipe Pomaski's in there as well.
Yeah,
it's a tough division.
Tough.
It's a tough division. Yeah. But Keenan, Keenan's faced off a lot of these guys before. Jackson, I've seen Keenan fight Jackson several times. I believe he's fought Wardzinski.
He tapped Wardzinski at Euros 2 years ago.
Okay, so, I mean, Demetrius Souza, I don't remember that off the top of my head, but maybe he's faced him. But it looks like this is a good division for Keenan to be in. And I think he's just, like I said, he's going to have a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, but it's big for you. It might show some new tricks. We'll see what happens.
Bear, what are you thinking about Keenan coming back? We haven't seen much of him. He had that good absolute run at Worlds and then pulled out with a rib injury, and then he pulled out of ADCC with super pink eye or whatever it is. Bear, what do you think about Keenan coming into this year in 2020?
Man, I think the same thing everybody thinks about Keenan the year before he comes back into it. You know what I mean? Like, is it the year that he's going to win the most talented guy, the lapel this, the lapel that? Like Keenan's the most talented guy, like, that we've seen in a long time. But it's just like he's never been able to crack worlds because, like, he's able to beat the best people in the world at any given day in one match. But can he make it through the whole division with 4 or 5 fights? Maybe he'll beat Pegisa one year, but he won't beat the other guy, Mergali, a year. Can he make it through the whole spectrum of the matches? The brackets, and I think it's the same thing we're going to ask of him this year. Like I kind of got like bummed out saying like it's his year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said it's his year every year. But like I think he's the kid, like Keenan's like super duper talented, and if there's someone that could do it, it's him for sure. But I mean, like, I'm back to the same thing of like us talking about everybody that it could be their year, And I think he's there along with like Jackson, and you have other tough guys that are kind of there at the top. But if it's matchup wise and favorite wise, like Keenan for sure is a favorite in the heavyweight division at Europeans, right? Like if you're to control matchups and stuff, and then you have everybody else that are good hopeful, So.
Yeah, I would say Keenan's definitely the number one guy at Euros, but the real question mark for Keenan's season, I believe, is if Keenan stays at the same weight class, if you see him move around at all, because Keenan's the number one guy at heavyweight, and I think Keenan might be able to beat Leandro finally. That's the big roadblock in Keenan's history at Black Belt. He's lost to Leandro a couple times, and most recently at Worlds, of course, in the Absolute. But Leandro's momentum has been going the opposite direction, and Keenan might actually be in the right place to beat him, which might be the ticket to the first place medal at Worlds.
Yeah, kind is the big question mark there. What's going on? When's he going to compete? Is he even going to be at this weight class? I mean, he can get pretty big. Leandro, I could see Keenan turning the tables on Leandro. Leandro's sort of been on a downslide. But, yeah, just like Bear said, it's the thing that it's like every year it's like, is this going to be Keenan's year? Because we've all been following him since, purple belt, double Grand Slam. Brown belt, he was pretty close. Just lost to Paulo in that open class. And then at black belt, he's done a lot of good stuff. I think he's taken third in the open class at Worlds a couple times. He's won Euros. He's won Pans. He just hasn't put it together in the pyramid in early June, late May. So, yeah, that's the thing going in here. I'm excited to see what kind of new lapel stuff he's got. When I was working with him this week, he's saying that there's all kinds of new lapel tricks. It's only just begun, basically. And there's going to be some good tests for him here, especially in the absolute. Because some of these guys, you got the Mega Gaudio, you got this 220-pound Patrick Gaudio out there. You got Ali, ultra heavyweight Ali. Both these guys coming in off their 80cc weight, they're new versions of themselves. I mean, you're going to have to do something to tie up Ali if you get him out there. It's going to be interesting to see how, because Keenan told me he's doing the open class, and I think that's where we're going to see a real test for him.
Felipe Andrew might be a solid test for him there.
Felipe Andrew's a beast as well. He's a finisher. I mean, what are you guys thinking for the absolute this year? I'll go to you first, Chase. What are you thinking for the Euros absolute?
Those names you mentioned right there are pretty crucial. I think Gaudio, Ali, and Keenan would be the top three guys that I'm looking at. Felipe Andrew can beat anyone on the right day. He almost footlocked Muhammad Ali to death.
He beat Ali 18-2 at Pans last
That's
night.
right. So yeah, he had that match as well. You never know. Jackson Souza likes to mix it up. Adam Warzinski, I think, might throw his name in the hat there. But to me, Gaudio and Ali and Keenan are the three names to watch in the absolute.
All right, who you got winning it?
I think Keenan takes it.
You got Keenan
I
taking it?
got Keenan taking it. Maybe it's a safe answer, but Keenan holds a win over Ali. That match at Worlds with Gaudio was a super close match, obviously, very controversial.
Yeah, controversial one. Ali and him have they were pretty close. They had some close matches, I think, at Pans and at ACB. And then Ali beat him in like a submission only at World Series of Grappling.
Oh, that's right. Right. Go ahead.
Ricardo, open class. What are you thinking for Euros?
Well, without knowing the bracket,
which
it's kinda hard
which
to
checkmate athlete is winning the open class at Euros, Ricardo?
I don't know. I'm gonna say that Hudson Mateus and Felipe Andrew are gonna make some waves at Europeans this year. I'm predicting that. I'm gonna say that those two guys. I'm always a fan of the finishers. I'm a big fan of guys that go out there and
Hudson Mateus.
Hudson Mateus.
That's one you can't sleep on, man.
Good choice. Yeah. I forgot about him.
He has the ability. He submitted Gutenberg. Man, that guy has the ability to tap anyone in that division if they blink. So I feel like those two guys are going to be the guys to watch, and they're going to disrupt a lot of other people's paths to the finals. But against a guy like Keenan has the right formula to negate a lot of their submissions. So that should be interesting. Also, don't sleep on, guys like Jackson or Wardzinski. There's just so many guys. We don't know the bracket, so it's really, we're just talking, hot air here. But
what about Ali? What about Ali? The IBJJF hasn't seen this version of Ali.
Yeah, Super Ali. So, man, Ali's determined. He's focused. He's in amazing shape. Yeah, it's anybody's game. But I can't wait to see the bracket.
All right, Bear, I'm going to kick it over to you. What are you thinking for the open class with all these names? Who do you think the big threats are?
Was that for me?
Yeah, for you, yeah.
I think I'm right there. Of course, I don't agree with everything that Ricardo does because Ricardo's always very nice and very friends with everybody, and I like to be friends with everybody too, but I'm also a realist when it comes to who should be winning the divisions. I think you guys are right on. I think Keenan's a favorite for sure. Ali being ultra, that kind of changes everything, even though Keenan has his number, Felipe Andrew for sure, wild card. If he's on fire and he doesn't get matched up with the wrong person that he doesn't submit really fast. And then, Bordinsky, of course, but then also I think like Jackson Souza, if Jackson Souza's on, like when we fought like Andre Galvao in the finals and he didn't get the call, but that's totally water under the bridge. But I mean, if Jackson's on and he's like laser focused, we haven't seen that all the way through at Worlds. Like that's a scary guy. That's a scary guy to be fighting. He could be right up there. But I think realistically, I think you're kind of like Keenan. I think kind of is like on the edge. If maybe let's call it a popular vote of becoming the favorite for the open class from all the people I'm seeing in the division and the guys that we talked about. Like of course like Ali and all the other guys, Andrew, Jackson, all being like right there to kind of maybe give them a run for it. So.
Yeah, if I had to pick my podium, let's say, I would say without seeing the brackets, obviously it's hard to do, but if I had to pick my 4 favorites, I would say Keenan Ali, Felipe Andrew, Gaudio. Can't forget Gaudio. I mean, he's been on the podium 3 times at Worlds. He's huge now. He's going super heavyweight. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I know Keenan's had success against him a little bit before, but I'm gonna go with Ali. I'm gonna say Ali takes this thing. I mean, I think Keenan's got a bigger weight division, and he's got some really tough guys in there. Like, he's going to have to, say if he fights Ali in the final, he's going to have to probably beat Wardzinski, Jackson, and probably somebody else tough in his weight, and then fight his way through I think Ali's going to run through his weight class, and it's going to make it a little bit easier on him if they meet, and he'll have that energy. I see Ali conserving himself for Keenan. I think I'll say Ali, if it stays close, Ali, but if anybody's going to tap somebody, I think Keenan might pull something crazy off and take his back, or I don't know, use Gubber guard or something. But I'll take Ali just to mix it up here. But those are the 2 favorites for sure. What are you guys thinking? Besides these divisions we talked about, what are some other divisions you think are looking pretty tough there, Chase?
Man, I really enjoy medium heavy. Medium heavy is a sick division. A lot of wild cards in there. We have guys like Espen moving up in weight.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I think it's to avoid Tommy.
Yeah, that's what he said, is to avoid Tommy, but he used to be a lightweight.
He used to be a lightweight, but my guess is that Espen's not seeded very high because he didn't compete most of last year.
No, he's gonna have a bad seed. He might get Hudson or somebody early.
Exactly. So he didn't want to meet with Tommy, who probably has a pretty high seed. But anyway, so he's up there at middle heavy. I really like this guy, Bruno Lima. He's a Portuguese athlete who had some wars with.
That guy's training with Keenan now.
He's over with Keenan now, but he's actually from Portugal and had some wars with Ronaldo Jr. He's a European champion. Kind of flew under the radar because he's based in Europe, but I think he's a guy that could upset some people. You also have Hudson Mateus in there as well, who's probably the favorite of the division.
Hibamar,
who's always I think this could be Hibamar's year now that you mentioned his name, Ricardo. He's had such a strong performance in 2019, end of the year, Nogi world champion. So yeah, I really like medium heavy. I think this is one of the toughest divisions at Euros this year.
For sure. I mean, some things to think about there. You got Espen. Big wild card there. This is a guy who tore it up in 2018, basically took all of 2019 off. He had surgery on his nose or whatever. But one thing he did do in 2019 is he beat Hulk, remember?
Yeah,
he baron-bowled Hulk, and he beat
yeah.
Hulk, who was a world champ in this division. I mean, Hudson's the returning champ here. He's been on the podium at Worlds, won Brasileiro. He's got to be the favorite. Gabriel Almeida. That's a guy who made the finals last year. It'll be his second year at black belt. Now somebody to look out for. Yeah, I mean, Hibamar's had a hell of a year, man. Or he had a hell of a 2019. He beat Izaki, he beat Tinoco, he beat Ronaldo Jr., he beat a bunch of good guys. All right, Ricardo, what do you think about this division?
It's tough, but I called out Hibamar because I like him as a competitor. I think it's going to come down to Hibamar and Hudson. I think, those are the 2 guys that are going to be the big deciding factors in that division. Hudson making his return, big finisher. Hibamar can play anything. He can play lapel guard. He can take the back and finish you. He can, do it all. So those are the 2 guys I'm looking for to really hit the top 2 of the podium in that division. And I think Espen, it's just these guys are pretty big for him. I know he's competed against them, but I don't know. It's a bit of a question mark. I haven't seen him fight in a little while, so he has the ability to do it, but taking some time off, there's a question mark. But should be interesting.
All right, so who are you picking? You going Hibamar or Hudson?
I'm saying that I think it's going to be those two in the finals.
Okay, all right.
I can't say who's going to win.
Pick a guy, dude. Pick a guy.
Bear's gonna leave. He's gonna walk off set.
I gotta see the bracket.
Hibamar beat Hudson at the LA Grand Slam. I could see. I mean,
Good point.
I think Espen matches up better with Hibamar than he does with Hudson. I think Hudson will be too big for him. Hibamar is a middleweight usually. I don't think Espen's gonna beat Hudson. I mean Hudson's brutal too, man. He's a finisher. Bear, what are you thinking at this bracket? You got Hibamar, Hudson, Gabriel Almeida, Espen. You got some good guys in there.
Have Hibamar and Hudson ever fought before?
Yeah, Hibamar beat him at the AJP Los Angeles last year. I can't remember what it was, what the result was, but yeah, Hibamar has beat him before.
Wow, I think Hibamar's a bad matchup for a lot of people. He's just like super tough and knows how to do everything. I think he's kind of like a Gabriel Almeida. They're still like good all around. They're just like problem for like the wrong person on the wrong matchup. But I think I'm like right there. I'm right there. I wanted Ricardo to pick somebody between Hibamar and Hudson, but he didn't want to make the call. But I think between those guys and Gabriel Almeida, I think those are probably like the guys that I have at the top. And like really, it's an open division. I don't think anyone's really a favorite. I think like it's between one of those three. If I had to pick, maybe Hudson to get some revenge on Hibamar. I don't know. Like
yeah, I think Hudson.
But I think Hudson's like pretty sharp at that division without all the other people in medium heavy. You know?
Man, it's like Espen. Man, I love Espen's style. I have a hard time picking him here. I mean, last time we saw him, really, he was a lightweight. So he's going to go through this bracket of all medium heavies. But who knows? Maybe he's been drinking milk. Maybe he's been pumping iron, doing push-ups. Who knows? But all right, let's go to middleweight. Middleweight's always a good one. I think the story here, you got Tommy Langacker, right? And you got Ronaldo Jr. Who else you got in there, Chase?
We have Max Lindblad, a European standout from Sweden, out of checkmat.
Max beat Hibamar last year. He's good.
Oliver Lovell, the guy, I believe he's also from the UK, who tapped Levi Jones-Lear at World Pro for Savage knee bar.
Yeah.
Sebastian Broche is in there. We also have one of the Luna brothers. Jose Luna is in there. Jose Luna.
Yeah, they're both Jose. It's Matthias. Matthias Luna.
Sorry, Matthias is in there. Is he the one with the scar over his eye or not? They're the two of the hardest twins to tell apart.
I'll be honest with you, I can't tell those guys apart.
But it's an equally stacked division. You know, I think middle and medium heavy are traditionally two of the most jam-packed. I have a hard time calling a favorite here. I think it actually could be Ronaldo Jr. in my mind that could
You
really
think
take
Ronaldo's a favorite over Tommy?
I think he could be. You know, I want to see that match. That to me is a match of the tournament.
Ronaldo's a beast, man. Ronaldo breaks dudes. He's got that aggressive pressure. I think if you got Ronaldo and Tommy fighting, that's going to be somebody's getting submitted. I 100% think either Tommy's going to get on the back, or Ronaldo's going to do Ronaldo and run wild on him. I think that's a matchup I'm looking forward to.
If history repeats itself, Tommy, remember a couple years ago when he tapped Herbert with the triangle at Europeans?
Yeah, with the triangle.
So I think that, like you guys said, I agree with you. Tommy and Ronaldo Jr.
I love that.
No, seriously though, Ronaldo's got so much momentum going into this. The kid's a phenom. Like I was telling you guys, Galval was telling me that he starts at one end of the room. At the end of the session, he's all the way. At the end of the round, he's at the other end. He just keeps moving. He's attacking all the time. And Tommy's Tommy, man. He's a beast. Finisher. He's a Viking. I think it's going to come down to those two for sure.
Bear, what's your call on the middleweight division there? A lot of key athletes, a lot of good names.
He's got Matthias Luna and Max Lindblad.
I just couldn't.
I
had
and
to
Bradley Hill.
I had to take a stop. Ricardo, you picked two people in every division.
I can't pick one because I got to see the bracket. So when I see the bracket, then I can pick. But without it, we're just guessing. We're playing games here. So I'm gonna narrow it down to the two.
Well, pick a favorite at least. Pick a favorite. Can you pick a top two favorite regardless of the bracket? I mean, we all want to see the bracket.
Ronaldo Jr., I'm calling it right now. This is his year. Boom.
We're going to hold you
to
that,
Are you calling
Ricardo.
someone not from Manaus? You're normally a Manaus picker.
Yeah, he's a Manaus homer. He's a big.
That's pretty good for you. I'm proud of you. But he is Atos. That's a little bias. But it's okay. Ronaldo's special. He's a tough ass dude. He's at the top of my list to win the division too.
So Bear, what are you thinking about? Like if Ronaldo and Tommy fight, how do you think that one plays out, Bear? I think it's a real exciting matchup.
Yeah.
I think you guys are right on. I think Ronaldo and Tommy. I think those two hold the key, right? But if you're going with like past, all we're using is history. I think like Tommy's gonna be up in there killing. I think besides, I don't think he's gonna get caught with a knee bar twice. To be honest, right? Like I think he's gonna he's gonna smash some people. I don't think I think Tommy wins it. No matter how it's shaken up. I think Ronaldo's like right there, maybe like the second or third favorite, but I think those are kind of like the top two. But I think Tommy, by far, I think he's gonna smash.
Yeah, I think Tommy sort of thrives in the scrambles, right? Like Tommy's his back technique is so tight. Like I think if he survives the opening, attack, the assault by Ronaldo and gets to a guard, I see Tommy getting to the back. I think Tommy's going to get the rookie, and I think Tommy gets on the back and finishes him. I think Tommy's Berimbolo game is next level. Plus, home field advantage. They're going to be blowing the Viking horns. You know how it gets. Those Viking horns get these guys fired up.
Sure.
But all right, what other divisions are we looking at here, Chase? Wait, hold on. Before we go on, Bear, one guy in the comments has asked the same question 3 times. What is your favorite Shoyoroll gi of all time? This is the guy really wants to know.
Oh, now Bear's gonna have a hard time making a choice.
Pete the Greek asked it. Pete the Greek
is in the comments somewhere, but there's a guy named Sam Drysdale keeps asking, "What's your favorite Shoyoroll gi?"
My favorite Shoyoroll gi is the one that you guys buy. Thank you very much.
That's an Uncle Ricky answer right there.
We're jiu-jitsu geeks. We love you guys. Please buy our products. We just don't do stupid shit and not watch jiu-jitsu shit. This is our life.
All right, fair enough. There's your answer, Sam Drysdale, in the comments section. All right, what division are we going to next, Chase? Which one are you looking at?
I guess we'll keep moving down the horn here. Let's go to lightweight. Lightweight is a wide open division in my mind. We also have a bit of a Cicero backlog for elite dudes.
Cicero only competes at 2 divisions, light feather and lightweight.
But they run that. They run those groups. I'm talking about Italo Mura, Natan Freitas.
Natan Chuang.
Okay, goes by Chuang. Gotcha.
He's good, man.
Pedro Henrique and
Pedro Veras. Fabricio Barbarotti. But some of the names to look out here. Somebody that I think a lot of people will sleep on is Vitor Oliveira. Can't sleep on that. I mean, just 2 years ago, 2018, he took 3rd in the world. He's 4-time master world champ, but he's still hanging in there. He's strong at this weight class. He's a hard guy to sweep. He's got great take. He always ends up on top because you can't stand with him. He's going to drop you on your face, right?
It's true.
He's going to say Onagi, you drop you right on your face. So everybody pull his guard, and he's really hard to move. Couple guys to look out for here. Jonatas Gracie has dropped down from middleweight to lightweight, and Gutierrez Barboza. Gutierrez Barboza's beat Jaime Canudo at black belt already. I think the story is Vitor going against those young guns, Gutierrez and Jonatas, and we'll see how it goes. Vitor's been on like a seminar tour in Europe, so I don't know how well his training is going to go. But all right, Ricardo, what are you thinking about that division?
I'm calling my top 2. Jonatas Gracie and Italo Mora. Boom.
Italo beat Jamil already at black belt.
Italo?
I'm telling you. Yep.
You don't like
Bear, you got to keep your eye. Bear, you got to do a better job keeping your eye on the young guns here. Come on.
I don't know if
what's going on here.
Man, I don't know if Italo is ready for Vitor Oliveira right now. We'll see. But I mean, so that's your final.
Oh, I've been away, but I haven't been away for this long. I still got a little bit of the pulse, and stuff you're saying is crazy to me. And maybe they're your friend. Like a lot of these guys are my friends too, but like we're calling it the way we see it. And you're asking for a lot of dreams, but hey, that's your pick, so whatever. I respect it.
All right, Bear, what are you thinking? Then you obviously don't like the Italo pick. But what are you thinking in this lightweight division?
I think he's right on one. The other one, that's it's like me asking for every single person I sponsor to win Black Belt World Championship. Do you know how many people told me they're going to win Black Belt World Championship since they've been 16 years old?
Hey, you got to believe, man. You got to chase the dream somehow.
Let's move on to that. I think Ricardo's first choice was rock solid. I think Jonatas Gracie's right there at the top.
Absolutely.
I think he's like probably you know, of course we got like Victor Oliveira, like you were saying.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna like he's probably the favorite if he's not the favorite on top of Gracie, just because like you can't stand with him. He's so smart. Like he's like he's experienced. He'll like pretty much probably beat like 80% of the people in there. But I don't know. I think it's right there between. I think the Nathan Chung kid is like he's going to be interesting to see what he can do.
He's good.
Kind of like his first showing, really, so we can really watch him. But I think it's right there between like Jonathan Gracie and I like to see what Terry's going to do too.
Yeah, Gutierrez, man.
Between those two are kind of like if they match up with. But depending on who, it really just depends on who's meeting Victor Oliveira. That's really what we should be talking about. Whoever's on the opposite side of him probably has a better side to get through the division and do better. But I would say it's between those three for me.
I think the bracketing is really gonna call into effect because they'll all have, I believe, one match on Saturday, and some of these guys I think are going to be cutting a bunch of weight. So if some of these young guns get matched up with somebody on Saturday, some of these guys who are cutting down from middle, I mean, you got Vitor, Jonas, Gutierrez all compete at middle a lot. If they have a bad weight cut and Saturday get a tough match, they could go down. But I'm going to go Gutierrez. I'm going to go Gucci Gang. I think this guy, I mean, he's really, I mean, just a year ago at Euros at Brown Belt, he beat Jonathan Alves, remember? Mm-hmm. He won that division. He beat Jonathan Alves, I think.
Yeah.
I think lightweight's a really good weight class for him. He's been doing good at middleweight so far at black belt. I'm going to go Gutierrez takes it just because, I don't know. If Vitor Oliveira shows up on point, I'd go Vitor, but you never know with Vitor Oliveira. How hard he's been training, this and that. You know, he's done so much that I don't think he's going to be as hungry as these young guys. If he shows up on point and if Vitor puts anybody in a bad position when he's passing, I mean, he's going to finish. He's a patient passer like that. But I'll go with Gutierrez to win it for now. And what are you thinking here, Chase?
Yeah, you guys took the words out of my mouth. I'm a big fan of Gutierrez, and like you were just saying, I really like that he's moving down a weight class. Whenever I look across the mat, Gutierrez is always fighting a guy that looks like a foot taller than him and winning. So I'm curious to see how that move plays out for him. Jonathan Gracie is, of course, a rock-solid choice, one of the best competitors out of Atos today. I'm liking a couple dark horses, though. I don't know if they're going to take it all, but I think they really will shake things up. Jeremy Jackson is also cutting down to lightweight. He's looking shredded. I don't know if you've seen his Instagram at all. He looks very, very strong, and again, that could play into his favor or hurt him, depending on that weight cut on Saturday.
Well, Jeremy Jackson originally registered for featherweight.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, then he moved up, yeah. So.
Also, we have a guy out of Ireland, Marcus Phelan, who's stirred up the European scene quite a bit, representing East Coast Jiu-Jitsu out there. You know, and also Luan Carvalho's come back. We didn't see him much last year.
Yeah, he's not going to show up. Does anybody? He no-shows a lot. We'll see.
He no-shows a lot, but he's had some big wins in his career.
Dude, he beat Leper. He beat Lange. He's got some big wins.
So he's got some big wins. I'm curious to see if he'll make the trip over. He's an interesting name. But as far as favorites go, I like Gutierrez.
Who are your favorite 8 guys in the bracket?
Favorite 8. Yeah. Favorite 8. I'll pick my favorite 2. Gutierrez and Jonathan Gracie, I think. You know, we're all saying it. I don't want to just chime in, but I think that's a smart choice.
Gutierrez, Jonathan Gracie. If that seems to be the one everybody thinks is going to happen.
You got good taste. You got good taste. You got a good pulse.
Thank you. We're trying out here.
All right. So that seems to be the one everybody's looking forward to. Gutierrez, Jonathan Gracie. I don't know if they fought before.
Ryan, can you do a quick Google?
Not Ricardo. Ricardo. He has some dark horses in the mix.
Yeah, it's low. Ricardo likes it.
Italo, I told you.
Man,
I've been seeing him compete. Saw him a lot as a brown belt. He's had some big.
Italo's tough.
What's that?
You can beat some people.
Yeah, he's tough, man.
Italo's tough though. He can beat some people. But those people that we just talked about that day, I don't know if he's going to beat them.
Italo is one of these guys that, like, I think if he catches one of these guys off of a bad weight cut, like I said on Saturday, he could upset somebody. I don't know if he puts together a 4-fight win streak and beats, like, say Gutierrez, Jonatas, and Vitor back to back. I don't know if I see him doing that quite yet. But you want to move on to featherweight?
But isn't that everybody?
Yeah.
Isn't that everybody? Can anybody beat everybody?
I don't know. Let's move on to featherweight. This one's really.
Let's move to the next weight. What are we doing here?
This one's really up in the air.
This is my toughest division, by the way. I think featherweight is the most
biggest,
evenly
believe, right?
spread. It is also the biggest. To me, there's no real clear favorite. But sorry, Michael, go on.
You got Gianni Grippo. You got Isaac Doderlein. Isaac's coming off a big year. He beat Paulo in the Brasileiro final. Gianni, obviously, I mean, everybody knows. I mean, Gianni's sort of like on a lower, with less publicity, sort of like a Keenan situation where he was the same generation. We were waiting for him to get it done. He's won a bunch of stuff, but he hasn't got it done at Worlds yet. But he's beat a bunch of good guys. He's beat Paulo. He's beat a bunch of you got Shoyoroll, the vet, 2-time world silver medalist. Who else we got in there? You got Israel Souza, which I think is a name to look out for. Brown belt world champ last year.
We have Gabriel Souza out of ZR team. Has some big wins.
Gabriel Souza, normally a light featherweight. Alex Sadre as well.
Sadre, yes.
We saw Sadre pass Joao Miao's guard twice at Brasileiro. Chase, what are you thinking here?
Man, I've said this in a few different articles that I've written, but Shoyoroll doesn't get the clout that he deserves. That dude is
You said
rock
that in a
solid.
few different articles?
I have.
How many articles are you writing about Shoyoroll?
I write a lot of previews, Mike. I write a lot of previews, my man. And Shoyoroll is so tough. He's got like a great half guard. That's the unstoppable sweep, I think is what he calls. And he is super strong. Probably the strongest guy in his division.
He's one of Ricardo's Canadian brothers.
Oh, is he up there?
Yeah, he's based out of Canada.
I didn't realize that.
100% Canadian.
Well, he moved here a few years ago, helping out Professor Fabio Landa in Montreal, I believe. And they call him Gascon. Gascon is very tough. And I'm gonna interrupt you, Chase, and say it right now. I'm picking Gascon or Grippo, top 2. Boom.
You're really playing it safe here. This is no fair. You're picking 2 guys every division, so you can't come back and say I told you so just if one of your 2 guys wins. But all right, Bear, what are you thinking here? You got Shoyoroll, Isaac, Gianni, Israel Souza. There's some good. What do you think about this division, Bear? It's really up in the air.
Yeah, I think it's a wide open division, to be honest. Everything you guys all said, I think is right on. But if I was to pick, I would say like Isaac's like season. He's been through a lot of battles. He's kind of like well conditioned, so he's right up there. But I really personally like Soldier's style.
Yeah.
So like I think like for me, those are kind of like the 2 I'm interested to see how it kind of shakes out. But I think like Isaac's like right there as far as like being the favorite. Then everybody else is kind of like Israel too is like I'm interested to see how he's gonna do, but I wouldn't necessarily say like he's the favorite, right? But I personally like Soldier's matchup style, and I think Isaac kind of has like I think he would kind of be the favorite if I was to like look at everybody.
Sodre, something that concerns me about Sodre and Gabriel Souza, obviously they're beasts. I mean, they both beat Joao Miao last year at light featherweight, but something that always concerns me with guys going up a weight, going into Euros, is I feel like they just got fat at Christmas and they don't want to make their regular weight class. That's what I'm always worried about. I'm worried about him giving up size and strength to some of these guys. I mean, Shoyoroll's strong, Gianni's strong, but I mean, Sadre, he just recently won Nogi Worlds. Like I said, he passed Joao Miao's guard twice at the Brasileiro. Israel Souza's a monster, man. I've been watching him since he was a blue belt. I'm going to say Shoyoroll is sort of Gianni's kryptonite, I feel, but I'm going to go Gianni Paul Grippo. I mean, I'm going to say he gets it done this time.
I like your style. I like your style. Good pick.
All right. What other weight classes have we not touched on?
We kind of hit them all, haven't we? Let's see. We didn't really go too deep on super heavy. We just mentioned Felipe Andrew for the absolute.
Felipe Andrew and Gaudio in there. All right, I'm going to kick it around. I'm going to ask you guys for your opinion on something. All right, if there's a first-year black belt who's going to win Euros, who you got?
It's got to be Ronaldo Jr.
Ronaldo Jr.?
That's my first-year pick. I don't know if he'll do it, but out of anyone, I think he's on the short list.
All right, Ricardo.
Can I pick 2? Can I pick 2?
Yeah, take your 2. It's expected.
No,
all right.
No, Ronaldo Jr. I agree. I concur.
All right, Bear. If there's a rookie that can win this thing, who are you going with, Bear?
I think Ronaldo's the who's the new black belts that we were talking about that are favorites?
Taliesin, Pato, Israel, Ronaldo. I'm surprised Ricardo didn't pick Italo. Really backtracked on us there. Who else do we got?
Jonatas Gracie.
Jonatas Gracie's another one. Jonatas Gracie could be another one. Gutierrez.
Isn't this Jonathan's second year or first year?
No, he won middleweight at Brown Belt Worlds last year.
He did compete at Nogi Worlds as a black belt, but this is his first gi season major.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so man, is it John? Nah, but yeah, the Jonathan has to fight. He has to fight. Man, I think. Would you say who did we pick for Jonathan for lightweight to win? Wasn't it? Wasn't it Jonathan?
Everybody was saying Jonathan or Gutierrez, and those are both first year guys. So I think that's the easiest route for one of them to get it, probably.
And then Ronaldo had in his division. Ronaldo had Tommy, right?
Yeah,
That's Tommy. Yeah.
So Jonathan. It'll be the first year he wins black belt. He has the highest. Yeah. He's gonna win it, but I think he has the highest odds.
I think maybe the two best black belts are hard to choose in this situation because the two best rookie black belts, because Taliesin has Bruno in his weight, and obviously Pato has Mikey in his weight. Israel Souza's got a hell of a road there at featherweight. I already picked Gutierrez to win lightweight, so there goes my pick. I'll go with Gutierrez, but I think Gutierrez or Jonatas they have the best shot at anybody here. Now I'll kick it around. Dark horses. Out of anybody who's not a big name, this and that, that everybody wasn't picked, is there somebody that you think is going to come out of nowhere and win a division here? What are you thinking, Chase?
Dark horses. Well, I did mention Oliver Lovell submitting Levi Jones-Leary.
Yeah.
Oliver Lovell he's home field advantage, UK based. It's a tough division at middleweight. He's got Tommy and Ronaldo Jr., but who knows how the brackets will shake out. I can see them being a super dark horse, as well as Matthias Luna. I think he could shake things up at middleweight as well. Those two names jump out right away to me.
So is Matthias Luna, and who else?
And Oliver Lovell.
Okay. Ricardo, is there any dark horses you're looking at that can make a name for themselves here?
I wouldn't say he's a dark horse, but like I said earlier, I think Hudson's going to make a name for himself this year, a big time.
Hudson won this tournament last year.
I understand that. I'm just saying I feel like he's gonna make a big story. He's gonna have another big submission this year and make a big story this year. You'll see.
Bold choice. All right, Bear, is there any dark horses that maybe Keenan Cornelius or Mikey Musumeci that
Bear's got a special guest.
Hey, how's it going?
We're trying to pick, who is it? We're trying to pick a
dark horse. Yeah, somebody who
someone that we never heard of, that never won the tournament, that Ricardo just said it's going to be their year again.
Yeah.
Let me think of someone.
You didn't tell me the criteria.
Like 3 times.
You didn't say the criteria was they never won the tournament. You just
you're cheering for your horse really hard, man. You're cheering for your horse really hard.
Canadian horses are different. I don't know how this all works out.
All right. It doesn't have to be some.
I think 2 things. I honestly think I think Jackson makes some waves and smashes at absolute.
Yeah.
And kind of wakes a bunch of people up. That's my bias, right? Before Ricardo calls me out on it, that's my biased opinion, right? Tell me how you really feel, Ricardo. And I
Ricardo.
Bias for Jackson, but I think Jackson. I think Jackson's going to shock some people for sure. And I think other than that, I think and it's hard to is there really any surprises that we think we're gonna see? It's not just Europeans, but it's really just the first tournament of the year.
Yeah,
so it's a big deal, but it's not really a big deal unless you're Lucas Lepre and you snatch everybody at absolute weight class. That's a big deal, Or you're a guy like Levi that makes it out with a win with the favorite, So I think those I don't see any of those things really happening at this tournament, to be honest.
I'll tell you.
Hold on.
All right, go.
Hold on, I got a question. So Bear, you got the inside scoop. We know you got the inside scoop. Mikey has declared that he's going to jump in the absolute. Is it going to happen?
Oh, if Mikey jumps in the absolute, he will shock everybody. Guaranteed. Like, he would. I bet you Mikey would smash middle and heavyweights. Like, no joke. I've heard stories of Mikey, like, killing, like, heavyweights and absolute, like, good guys. Like, really good guys.
All right,
Like, people don't understand how strong Mikey is. Like,
You got Mikey to beat
Mikey
Gallo.
Musumeci, shocking the world.
You got Mikey to beat Hudson Mateus. You got Mikey.
The dark
you got
horse
Mikey
Hudson
beating
Mateus.
Keenan Cornelius. you got Mikey beating Keenan Cornelius. Come on, son.
Is that what you're putting on record, Ricardo? Ricardo said it first. That's what I'm saying, Ricardo. You tell him how you really feel. Mikey's going to win. Mikey's going to be the new lightweight, featherweight king of the world. You heard it first from Ricardo. That's recorded, too. Yeah.
All right, let's, Bear said maybe Mikey can knock off some middleweights. Mikey versus Ronaldo Jr. What do you think, Ricardo?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
You got to see the bracket?
I got to see the bracket. I plead the fifth on that one. I'm pleading the fifth on that one. No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, hey, I'll go
I
to
don't have an answer to that one.
my dark horse now. I'll go with this guy, Bruno Lima. This is a guy who doesn't get a lot of credit because he's from Portugal. He's not a Brazilian. Everybody thinks because his name. He's a Portuguese guy. He's training with Keenan now. If you remember, this guy beat Ronaldo last year as a brown belt in the final. Medium heavy brown belt Euros final. This is a guy who always just shows up at Euros and stunts on people. He's a local. He's got the home field advantage.
Great mustache as well.
Yeah, they'll probably. I mean, he's not Norwegian, but they'll probably blow some Viking horns for him too, just because he's European. But he beat Ronaldo Jr. last year. Nobody really knows about him. I could see him doing some damage in the medium heavyweight division. All right, before we go, the women's divisions. Is there anybody you're looking forward to seeing here, Chase?
It's always a pleasure to watch Maisa Bastos in action. Unfortunately, her
She got
division's
one match. Yeah.
but she's a killer. You
She's
know,
gonna fight Serena Gabrielli for the 50th time.
But Toleda's in there. Bianca Basilio, Black Belt Woman of the Year, is competing. So
A-Rod.
A-Rod is in there as well.
Alex
up-and-comer.
Rodriguez is competing.
The Honey Badger. The Honey Badger's back.
All right, Ricardo. The battle of the nicknames. Who you got, A-Rod or Honey Badger? Which nickname is better?
Nickname?
Yeah. Who you going
A-Rod.
with? A-Rod? Okay, all right.
A-Rod. I like A-Rod. But if they compete, I have a feeling the Honey Badger's going to win that match if they don't close out.
Yeah, they might close
But-
out.
Probably.
Hope
but
they don't.
I want to say this. Who you guys got to keep your eyes on? The Bianca Basilio Bocchina is coming to Europe.
Is that your dark horse?
She's going. Not my dark horse. My dark horse is Gabrielle Fetcher in that division. Gabriella's really tough. And Amal Amshahid, super tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of them all.
Keep your eye on the female light, Nikki Sullivan. She's coming with the flying panda techniques. She's bringing legs back to San Diego.
Oh,
Boom.
you can't sleep on Fionn.
What's the flying panda technique?
You'll see.
All right, I'll stay tuned. So
Lightweight might be the most stacked division, actually.
yeah, Fion's in there. I think Fionn is staying light this year, actually, from talking to her. But,
Fionn, we have Nikki Sullivan that you were just saying. We also have
Natalie Ribeiro.
Nogi World Champion, as well as Charlotte von Baumgarten, who I believe trains in Spain. Gave Bia Mesquita a tough match at Europeans a couple years ago.
She took second in the world, I believe.
Second in the world.
Bia Mesquita this last year.
So
What at the heavier weights? Who are we looking at there?
Tamara, the queen of the armbar, is coming for a rematch with Veda Toscano.
All right.
And don't sleep on Danielle Alvarez.
Ricardo always
She's
breaks
back.
into song when we're talking about women.
I'm not breaking into song. I'm doing impressions that I can't really tell you who they are because I don't want to get in trouble from these black belts. But I think Bear knows some of them.
Oh, Claudia Doval pulled out. She was at medium heavy. She's not in there anymore. I was hoping to see her against Maggie.
Oh, I was going to say, because Maggie looks like to be a front runner in this case at medium heavyweight for her first major as a black belt.
I think we're going to see smaller girls pull it off in the open class. I think it's going to be Basilio versus Fionn for the open class. What do you got? What do you think happens there? Basilio, Fionn. Who you got?
If they meet again?
Yeah.
Well,
Footlock?
Bianca has the winning record there.
Bocchina's flying panda attack by Fionn, maybe? Maybe she's got that one up her sleeve now? You never know.
At this point, Bianca's won gi and no gi over Fionn.
Yeah.
I got to give her the edge if they meet again in the absolute.
Hey, Bear, any female black belts you're looking out for here? Any Shoyoroll girls in there?
I'm just saying Amal smashes and just shocks the whole world,
Dude.
and just starts beating up everybody in the open class and in the division if he fights the open class. But no one's bringing up her name. So let's go with the favorites that you guys are saying, Bia, Fionn. But I think Amal's gonna be. That's who I'm interested to see how they're gonna do. No one knows about Amal because she doesn't come to Worlds.
Yeah.
But she's exciting to watch a European.
I'm
not sure if you guys know who that is. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah, she won it a year ago.
I literally just said her name. Come on.
Yeah.
We've been watching them all at World Pro.
Just checking. I was just checking.
She won it last year. She won Euros last year.
Everyone's going to jump on the train after she wins. Everyone's like, yeah, Amal, she's this, she's that.
Amal Mjahid, returning champion and also my dark horse. Yeah, but no, Amal won this tournament a year ago at black belt. Like Bear said, she hasn't been doing the big tournaments in the USA, so her name is sort of fallen off under the radar. But I mean, she won double gold here at brown belt a couple years ago. She does good in the absolute.
I was gonna say she always does absolute, which
She's
is awesome.
Really high level. I mean, do you remember when she beat up Amanda Canuto? It was Amanda Montero then at World Pro.
Montiero, I think.
And Amanda Montero, yeah, tapped her then. When Amal was a brown belt and Amanda was the reigning black belt or about to win the black belt world championship. I could see them all doing damage in the open class. She's going to have to fight Basilio in the weight, and I could see them all doing damage in the open class.
Have her and Bianca ever fought?
I think they probably have an AJP stuff. They have to have.
I think she's actually beaten Bianca, but that was a little while ago. And that's after the Basilio Bocchina, which you can see a breakdown of FloGrappling, has really emerged on the scene.
You see, what happened is Bianca Basilio, she went under the tutelage of Ricardo Amandolia, learned some Bocchina stuff, and then really turned a corner, and she's been breaking legs ever since. But,
those leg locks work.
Nasty.
All right. Nasty. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for these girls.
And you talk about women's absolute. Jessica Oliveira there.
Jessica Flowers.
Interesting to see how Jessica Flowers. See how she matches up against Bianca or even Amal. I want to see that.
Dude, Amal's fierce.
Kendall as well.
I mean, I think it's Fionn, Bianca, Basilio, Amal. I think a smaller girl is going to win the absolute, in my opinion. Maybe even Honey Badger throws her head in there, A-Rod. We'll see. But all right, I think we're just about wrapped up here. Chase? Anything you want to add about Euros?
No, man, I'm just very excited to be going out there. We arrive in Lisbon this Sunday. If you're training out there, you're a black belt at a camp, hit us up because we'll be on the ground looking to do some coverage. Always get some cool training camp footage there, but it's going to be a great year. Probably going to start on Monday from what it looks like from the registrations that we'll find out this weekend, the final schedule for the event. And it's going to be awesome.
What are you looking forward to about Lisbon? The little pastels? What do you want to go up in that castle? Go up in the tower? What do you think?
I mean, all that the pastels and the tower are probably the tastiest little snack of all time.
Everybody, watch out for pickpockets by the castle. It's happened to us. There's pickpockets up there. Got gypsies up there pickpocketing you. Ricardo, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just got word from my lawyer that my lawsuit against USADA might actually kick in, so I might be able to go to Europe. So I might see you there. We'll see. I got to talk to my lawyer, see if everything worked out with that. But I might join you guys there. We'll see.
Your USADA ban. You might win your appeal. What did you test positive for with USADA?
It was about 5 years ago, apparently.
Are you going to fight this year? Are you going to fight this year? Are you going to fight this year, Ricardo, finally? Or are you going to have to wait a few years or fight MMA to, make sure you bypass the USADA tested positive theory?
So
I know.
So
I'm not sure about you.
So I actually got an offer from Fight to Win to have a match against this guy named Vince Katuga from California. I don't know if you heard of him.
You guys are different weight classes.
Set it up.
Let's see what's up.
Well, USADA's got me on the ban. USADA's got me on the ban list too, so I might not be able to fight, and I might have to fight that for a little bit. So I might have to go into MMA for a little bit and then come back and fight you in the super fight, Ricardo.
Fair enough. You guys should go start your MMA careers, have a super fight down the road. All right, guys. FloGrappling Tix.com for who's number one. We got Kasai, a whole bunch of stuff coming. Next week, Euros is crazy. It's like Monday to Sunday. It's a 7-day tournament. So I'm looking forward to it. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling in, Bear. Always great to have you on.
Bear, thanks. Thanks for calling in. Calling Ricardo on his BS sometimes. Ricardo, I really like your picks. 2 guys per division. All right. See you guys in a couple weeks. Same time.